has been the withdrawal of President Zuma's urgent application to keep the public protector's report from being released. Now, our reporter, Aldrin Sampear, has been following developments at the Pretoria High Court. Let's get an update from him. Good afternoon, Aldrin. Could you please give us an idea of what's been going on and what the import of today's actions are?
Well, what we heard this morning was that breaking news that came through President Jacob Zuma withdrawing his application to have the state capture report concealed. He's also withdrawn the application to have the state capture report declared unlawful. Remember that when the president applied to the court, his application was based on what he calls procedural unfairness and saying that the public protector, the former public protector, Thuli Madonsela, didn't afford him enough time to answer the questions that she had sent him, and he refers to them as a long list of questions, which also ask about 21 people who visited the Saxon World House of the Gupta family, and he said that he needed enough time to respond to those questions. He was also arguing in this application, that is the president, he was also arguing that he didn't have enough time, or he wasn't afforded an opportunity by the public protector, as per her agreement, that she will give him an opportunity to ask questions to all the witnesses, or some of the witnesses that she interviewed in the state capture report. This morning when we got here, we heard from sources that the president has actually now decided to withdraw his application. Yesterday he also withdrew his application to have the matter postponed, because there was another issue that was in front of the courts, to have the matter postponed up until a later date. Right now we know that the state capture report, there's no application to have the state capture report not released. We also know from the public protector's report, from the public protector's application, remember that she indicated that she's not opposing the application by the president, as well as previously Des van Rooyen. So as it stands, it seems as though that report will be released, because there's no application to stop the release of the report. We have adjourned at the moment for the councils to sit down and draft the order in terms of the order to withdraw the application by the president, as well as the order on the counter application to have the report released on aspects that are not disputed. But what we need to emphasize is that while we have the president withdrawing his application, you still have Minister of Mineral Resources Mosebenzi Zwane's application, which will be heard on Tuesday. Remember that his application is also with regards to similar facts detailed by President Jacob Zuma, that he was not afforded enough time to respond to the allegations in terms of Section 7(9) that was sent to him by the public protector Thuli Madonsela. He also argued that he wasn't given enough time to answer those questions, and he has a feeling that he has been implicated in this report. We'll have to wait and see whether the report will indeed be released today. The other issue is whether the public protector herself will be willing to release the report. But here it is, we have this application by Mosebenzi Zwane, so which would make it a bit difficult for the public protector to release that report. Remember that Mosebenzi Zwane has also served his papers on the office of the public protector.
Before we let you go, just a quick question. Have there been any indication as to the reasons why the withdrawal was made?
There's no indication why President Jacob Zuma has decided to withdraw this application. There was no indication yesterday as well why he decided to withdraw the application for postponement. But tell you what, the procedures today, lots of emphasis from the councils representing the opposition parties, the DA, the EFF, COPE and the UDM, saying that President Jacob Zuma should be held personally liable for the legal cost. Des van Rooyen, as advocate Dalimpofu, who is representing the UDM and COPE, said that Des van Rooyen made his application saying that he will pay his own personal legal costs. He was not relying on the state to pay those costs, while President Jacob Zuma will be relying on the state coffers to pay that. That means that taxpayers will be paying the cost of President Jacob Zuma's legal costs. And the argument from the councils here is that President Jacob Zuma should be held personally liable. He should pay in his own person as Jacob Zuma, not Jacob Zuma, president of the country, and he should cover those costs. Dalimpofu is saying that this court should make an example that when it comes to leaders within the political fraternity, that when there are cases like these, they must cover their own costs.
Aldrin Sampear, thank you very much for that update. Really appreciate your insightful information there. Now.